There's something very interesting here on the Paris Motor Show. The Vin Group is the biggest private enterprise in Vietnam, and VinFast is their automotive brand. And the interesting thing is they take the chassis or the platform from the previous generation of the BMW X5 and the 5 Series. And this one here is the, let's say, previous X5 generation. And they make their own SUV. And the people of Vietnam could pick the design, and last but not least, the design company of Pininfarina was employed to do this very design of the car. So it does not look like a BMW, maybe a little bit if you know the basic shapes, but they have changed actually a lot in design. But BMW allowed them then to use the technology of their previous generation. Pretty interesting for sure. Also how it would look like on the interior. This SUV here is called Lux SA 2.0. Well, the name is not really that significant because you can't really remember it that well. You just remember the VinFast name, the brand name. This one looks a little bit like a DS maybe, or like a Peugeot Tiger Claw. Interesting that they can change the design of an existing car in that way. Of course, BMW wouldn't sell their actual new platform to them. Since we're here at the rear, at the SUV, let's see. We can open that in any form. That seems to be closed. No opening. Sorry, no opening. But what we can see on the inside is that it has a 7-seater function. So those seats are flipped up at the moment. Of course, can be flipped down and for more trunk space. And let's take a look at the interior as well when we go onto this moving platform. So here we go with the rear seats first. All sleek surfaces. Not sure if it's leather red or animal skin, I don't know at the moment. See here you have a, the X5 has a problem that it doesn't have too much legroom already in the previous generation. Then here nice ambient lighting you can see. Also matte wood trim you can see here. Well, the door buttons here are surely not BMW quality, so there's less quality there for sure. But of course they also want to have it a little bit less expensive for their domestic market. This is the interior then in the front of this SUV version. The steering wheel does remind of the BMW from the form, but you can see the screen is oriented in a different way. It's more a vertical layout. And this is now based on the previous generation of the 5 Series. It's basically called the same, just a little bit different. Also now rotating for you, I just check it again. It's called Lux A 2.0. So the SUV is called Lux SA 2.0 and this one called Lux A 2.0. 2.0 also refers to the displacement because they use a 4-cylinder engine with 2 liters of displacement. Yeah, I mean for a big BMW that would be a little bit too small maybe. But you also have to bear in mind on the Asian markets they have different regulations also where small petrol engines are being favored, for example. Interior right here, you can check it out as well. This is the sedan rear then. Those rear door those rear shells from the seats remind us of a BMW as well. But this one would probably not happen in a BMW. Even this, surely pre-production models. And also look in the interior right there. There again you can see the vertical screen layout. I think the ambient lighting is quite nicely done in this vehicle. You can see the horizontal bar that goes on all over the vehicle. I mean, also if you look at the middle console, there you can see it has definitely some less build quality than an original BMW, but still an interesting concept because they rely on basically technology that has been proven for a lot of years. Using a previous generation is also not really bad because those stuff is really proven already. It doesn't have to be developed even further, and then they can, actually save a lot of the development costs and just take that from BMW and then add their own design, which is, I think, somehow fresh and the design works, I think. Will be the question how it drives, but that actually, because the driving is more based on the platform, so the driving should actually be quite cool. So interesting that we can also see so interesting things at the Paris Motor Show. I'd like to hear from you what you think about the concept, and maybe also some fans from Vietnam watching this one here, tune in. Tell us more, because we don't get so much information about this brand, about the corporation in Germany or in Europe. So if there's some expert on this brand, please also just add some more of your knowledge in the comments. It will be very interesting. Here, by the way, again, a look at the LED daytime running light that forms this V. That's, I think, a very good idea, because if you have a brand that stands for a V, then also adapt your daytime running light with it. Pretty cool. Maybe some other brands can learn from that too.